My beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, do you realize that the very first decision you make in your day is also the most important? When the alarm rings at dawn, it is not just an alarm clock. It is Allah calling you to success. It is the most powerful moment of your day. But sadly, many of us don't value it. We hit the snooze button, we roll over, and we think we are gaining comfort, yet in reality, we are losing blessings. You see, Fajr is not just a prayer. It is a shield. It is a source of Barakah. It is the test of sincerity that determines the rest of your day. Subhanallah, those few who truly understand the power of Fajr live their days and their lives completely differently. There is a secret power hidden in the early hours of the morning that many overlook. That secret is Barakah, the divine blessing that multiplies the value of your time, your effort, and your sustenance. And the key that unlocks this Barakah is Fajr prayer. The Prophet Muhammad made a special dua. Oh Allah, bless my ummah in the early part of the morning. Tirmidhi. This is not just a casual statement. It is a profound declaration that the true source of productivity, peace, and success in a believer's day is connected to how they begin their morning. When you rise for Fajr, you are not just performing a ritual, you are making a declaration. You are saying, why Allah, before I turn to the world, before I open my eyes fully to the creation, I turn to you first, the Creator. This intention alone attracts divine mercy and opens unseen doors of blessings. Think of Fajr as planting the seed for your entire day. If that seed is planted with sincerity and effort, Allah nurtures it with His Barakah until your whole day flourishes with ease and goodness. Tasks that normally would take hours become light. Challenges that seem overwhelming become manageable. The heart that may otherwise feel restless finds peace. One of the most profound blessings of Fajr is Barakah in time. We all complain about not having enough hours in the day, but the reality is it's not about more hours, it's about the quality of those hours. A person who prays Fajr and uses the early morning wisely often achieves in 2 hours what others may struggle to complete in a whole day. Why? Because their time carries divine assistance. Their focus sharpens, their mind clears, their energy flows naturally. It's as if Allah Himself removes obstacles from their path simply because they honored Him in the early hours. The morning is also the time when sustenance begins to spread across the earth. Birds leave their nests at dawn, and people throughout history began their work early in the day. In Islam, rizq is not just material wealth. It's health, relationships, peace of mind, and spiritual strength. By praying Fajr, you are aligning yourself with the divine system of provision. Allah promises to expand sustenance for those who obey Him, and Fajr is a daily act of obedience that attracts this promise. It may not always come as sudden wealth, but it comes as unexpected ease, opportunities, and blessings that you never imagined. Beyond wealth and time, there is Barakah in the heart. A person who starts the day with Fajr experiences a calmness that cannot be bought. Stress feels lighter, decisions become clearer, and the soul walks with dignity. This is why many scholars and pious people would say, the one who misses Fajr has missed the entire day. Because without Fajr, the day may continue outwardly, but inwardly it begins with a loss. The heart feels the absence of that divine connection. Nothing in the day seems to flow with the same peace. Every Fajr is a new beginning, a reset button from Allah. No matter how heavy yesterday was, no matter the sins, the worries, or the mistakes, when you rise for Fajr, you are given another chance to begin again, this time with Allah's light guiding you. It is a daily reminder that life itself is short, that time is precious, and that success is not in how much we chase, but in how much we align with Allah's commands. The hidden power of Fajr lies in its ability to place Barakah into every aspect of your life. Barakah in time, sustenance in relationships, and in your own heart. And only those who taste it truly understand it. So if you desire a day filled with clarity, purpose, and divine ease, guard your Fajr, because the one who wins at Fajr wins at life. Among the 5 daily prayers, there is one that stands as a mirror to the soul, reflecting the true depth of a believer's faith. That prayer is Fajr. While other prayers are performed during times of activity, when people are awake, working, or surrounded by others, Fajr comes at a time when the world is silent, when sleep is sweetest, and when the struggle against the self is the strongest. To rise at that moment is not easy, and it is precisely because of this difficulty that Fajr becomes the ultimate test of sincerity. Tells us, indeed, prayer is prescribed for the believers at fixed times. Say, Surah An-Nisa 403, Fajr arrives at a time when your body wants comfort, your bed invites you, and your nafs whispers, just sleep a little more. It is in this battle that sincerity is measured. If you pray when it's easy, when people are watching, or when society expects it, that is good. But it may still carry traces of ego and habit. But when you leave your bed in the darkness of dawn, when no one is watching except Allah, your action is purified of show, sincerity shines. This is why the Prophet has said, the most burdensome prayers for the hypocrites are Isha and Fajr. And if they knew their virtues, They would come to them even if they had to crawl. So Bukhari, Muslim notice, hypocrites may still manage to show up for prayers when the world sees them, but at Fajr, when no one notices, their insincerity is exposed. At Fajr, there are no crowds, there is no applause, no worldly benefit. It is just you and your Lord. And yet the Quran tells us that this moment is not hidden at all. Establish prayer at the decline of the sun until the darkness of the night, and I also the Quran at dawn. Indeed, the recitation of dawn is ever witnessed. So Surah Al-Isra 1778a, who are the witnesses? The angels themselves, the angels of the night and the angels of the day, both attend the Fajr prayer. Imagine, the shift between day and night is marked by your prayer, and the heavens themselves record your sincerity. When you rise for Fajr, you rise not because of habit, not because of social pressure, not because someone else is watching. You rise for Allah alone. This is the essence of sincerity. Worship that is done purely for the sake of the one who deserves it. The world is asleep, but your heart is awake. The streets are silent, but your tongue whispers Allah's name. Your body is tired, but your soul is alive. That is sincerity in action. There is also a practical dimension. When you begin the day with sincerity, the rest of the day flows with integrity. A person who guards Fajr is less likely to compromise their values later in the day, because their morning was already a victory over laziness, over excuses, and over insincerity. It is no wonder the Prophet said, whoever prays Fajr is under the protection of Allah for the whole day. Muslim, this protection is not only physical, but also spiritual. It shields the believer's heart from hypocrisy, weakness, and insincerity. If you want to measure your faith, look at your Fajr. Do you rise for Allah even when no one sees you? Do you answer His call even when your own desires pull you back? That is the ultimate test, because on the day of judgment, when all masks are removed, what will save you is not what people thought of you, but what Allah saw in you. Fajr is more than a prayer, a daily exam of sincerity. To stand before Allah in those quiet hours is to declare, why Allah, I choose you over myself, over my comfort, over the world. And that declaration is not just recorded in the heavens. It transforms your heart, shapes your character, and defines your destiny. Guard your Fajr, for in it lies the proof of who you truly are when no one else is watching. Every believer faces two battles every single day, the battle against the outside world and the battle within. The outside world throws trials, temptations, and distractions. The inside world whispers doubts, laziness, and sins. To walk through both battles unharmed, the soul needs a shield. That shield is built at Fajr. Darkness is not only the absence of light around us, it is also the absence of guidance within us. It is confusion, anxiety, despair, and sin. Shaitan thrives in darkness, whispering strongest when hearts are weak, when minds are clouded, and when the soul feels distant from its creator. The Quran reminds us, indeed, Shaitan is an enemy to you, so take him as an enemy. So Surah Fajr 35 and 6, but how does one take him as an enemy? By arming oneself daily with the remembrance of Allah. And the very first opportunity to do so is Fajr. The Prophet said, whoever prays Fajr is under the protection of Allah. A Muslim, this divine protection is not only physical, it is spiritual armor. When you begin the day with Fajr, your soul is coated with light, and Shaitan's whispers lose their strength. He works hardest at dawn, trying to keep believers in bed, because he knows that whoever conquers Fajr will walk the rest of the day with a shield. Abu Hurairah's narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, when any one of you sleeps, Shaitan ties 3 knots at the back of his neck, sealing every knot with the words, you have a long night ahead. So sleep. If the person wakes up and remembers Allah, 1 knot is untied. If he performs wudu, 2 knots are untied. If he then prays, all the knots are untied, and he begins the morning energetic and in good spirits. Otherwise, begins the morning lazy and with a troubled soul. So Bukhari Muslim, this hadith is profound. Fajr is not just a prayer. It is the act of breaking the chains of shaytan before stepping into the day. The Quran beautifully highlights Fajr as a time of light by the dawn. And the 10 nights, that's Surah Al-Fajr 89, 1 to 2 day, and again establish the prayer at the 2 ends of the day and at the approach of the night. Indeed, good deeds do away with misdeeds. So Surah Hud 11, saying under a few, and Fajr is that first end of the day, where light emerges after darkness. To wake up for it is to declare, I choose light over darkness. I choose Allah over Shaitan. I choose discipline over laziness. That choice echoes through your entire day. A believer who begins with light carries it in his heart. And this inner light protects against despair, temptation, and heedlessness. Modern life is full of stress, uncertainty, and pressure. People wake up rushing, already consumed by anxiety. But the one who guards Fajr wakes up anchored. They carry within them the remembrance of Allah, a tranquility that shields them from panic. The Prophet said, the 2 rakahs before Fajr are better than this world and all it contains. The Muslim, why? Because those 2 rakahs build a fortress around the heart. They remind you that the world is fleeting, but Allah's light is eternal. When this realization takes root at dawn, the trials of the day cannot shake you as easily. Fajr is the time where Shaitan tests you most, but it is also the time when you can defeat him most decisively. Missing Fajr leaves the soul exposed, unprotected, and vulnerable to whispers throughout the day. But praying Fajr wraps your heart in light, turning you into a soldier of Allah, armed for every spiritual battle that follows. Fajr is not just an obligation, it is a shield. It shields your soul from the whispers of Shaitan. It shields your heart from despair, and it shields your life from darkness. Every single morning, you are given a choice to wake up weak, unprotected, and chained by the enemy, or to wake up strong, covered in Allah's light, ready to face the world. Those who guard Fajr walk through life with an unseen armor, and on the day of judgment, when true darkness engulfs the disbelievers, it is the people of Fajr who will walk with light before them. So guard this shield, because the one who protects Fajr protects their soul.